each new experience wielding expertise built from decades of facilitating the financing of the grandest of projects with exceptional dedication. We are decisive, not just because we take good decisions, but because we make sound decisions based on risk, local market knowledge, opportunity, and timing. In fact, there are several projects we have facilitated in the energy, real estate, education, power, and manufacturing sectors, to be modest. Surely your project is next. Contact us today so that we can move forward together. It is possible. Best regards, CalBank.
Forward together.
Good. Hello, am I audible? Excellent, okay. Distinguished shareholders, ladies and gentlemen, I warmly welcome you all to this virtual extraordinary general meeting of CalBank PLC, which has been requisitioned by 5 of our significant shareholders, namely SNIT, holding 34.76% of the issued shares of the bank, Petra Advantage Pension Scheme holding 8.15% of the issued shares of the bank, Petra Opportunity Pension Scheme holding 12.27%, Arise BV with a holding of 15.35%, and GES Occupational Pension Scheme with a 17.41% shareholding. This meeting has accordingly been convened in accordance with sections 158 and 324 of the Companies Act 992. I now declare the meeting open and invite a member of staff to lead us in the opening prayer.
We pray that you guide and lead these celebrations to further enhance the growth of this precious bank. This and many blessings we ask through your Son, Jesus Christ. Amen.
I thank you all for making time to participate in this virtual meeting. I trust that the broadcast is clear and that every shareholder is able to participate effectively online. From the information provided by the registrar, I confirm that the requisite quorum is present and that this meeting is properly constituted. Before we proceed to the formal agenda, I will introduce the members of your board of directors and the company secretary. I am Daniel Saki, board chairman. Present in the auditorium with me or joining us online are Mr. Kwejo Brento, and directors, once your name comes up, your cameras should be on so that those participating will be able to make you up. So Mr. Kwejo Brento, Mr. Willingham Dogbe, Mrs. Yvonne Ofosu Apia, Mr. Gerrit Muller, Miss Patience Asante, Mr. Charles Tete Amankwa, Mr. Kofi Owusu-Nhyira, and with me in the auditorium, Mr. Carla Sem, the Managing Director, Mr. Johnson Owari, the Deputy Managing Director, and of course, our very own Company Secretary, Mr. Joe Joako, who represents Veritas Advisors Limited, our company secretary. We also have joining us this morning, Ghana Stock Exchange, Mrs. Joyce Boachi. Okay. The Securities and Exchange Commission representative, the bank's registrar, Central Securities Depository, represented by Mr. Kwame Boamponsem, who is also the shareholder rights moderator for this meeting, and the bank's external auditor, Deloitte, represented by Mrs. Abna Baine. Now there are a few instructions for participating in this meeting. I'll now call on the senior legal manager of the bank, Nana Kunedo Ponchumesi, to take us through the processes for submitting questions and voting at this meeting.
Good morning, shareholders. For our question and answer session, I'd like to inform all shareholders that this live broadcast has a messaging platform to aid our usual question and answer session. You can participate in the meeting through a chat box, which you will find on the right or bottom side of your broadcast screen. To second a motion or to send a comment or question, kindly follow the steps below. 1. Type and submit your comments and questions. 2. If you wish to second a motion which has been tabled by the chairman, simply type and submit the word second. Your questions will be received on the message console and forwarded to the chairman by the appointed shareholder rights moderator for this meeting. I'll request that you state your question in a clear and concise manner. To save time, you may submit your written questions in advance. Depending on the volume of questions submitted and due to time constraints for conducting this meeting, it may not be possible to address every single question submitted to the chat box during the meeting. However, the registrar and the CalBank Investor Relations Department have set up a joint desk to ensure that as many questions as possible will be addressed either during or after the meeting. Casting of votes. We will be voting on 5 separate special and ordinary resolutions at this meeting. On pages 3 and 4 of the shareholder information pack for this meeting, you will find explanatory notes on all the resolutions. The show of hand voting will be done through the voting platform. Voting on each resolution can be done electronically using either of 2 options. That is the online platform or the USSD short code. The 2 voting options will allow you to cast your vote on each resolution in real time. To participate in the voting exercise via the online platform, kindly locate the vote box at the bottom of your broadcast screen and follow these easy steps. 1. You'll be required to enter the same 4-character unique token number used to join the meeting. 2. Click Cast Your Vote. 3. Once you have done this, you will see a list of resolutions to be voted for. 4. Follow the voting by clicking the plus sign. Then you can select your vote option. To participate in the voting exercise via the short code, kindly follow these easy steps. 1. Dial *899*3# on your phone. You will be required to enter the same 4-character unique token number used to join the meeting. Once you have done this, you can now select your vote option and send. Kindly note that there are 2 voting options to choose from, for or against. You can only vote for a particular resolution once the chairman declares, "Please start voting now," for that particular resolution. Once the chairman declares that voting ends now, you can no longer vote for that particular resolution, as voting for the resolution will be closed. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I now call on the company secretary to read the notice of meeting, which can be found on page 2 of the shareholder information pack.
Thank you, Chairman. Notice is hereby given that an extraordinary general meeting of CalBank PLC will be held virtually at 10 a.m. on Tuesday, the 14th of July 2026, to transact the following business. The first is to consider and approve as special resolutions revisions to the amended constitution of the bank. The second order of business is to consider and approve as an ordinary resolution the remuneration of the non-executive directors of the bank for the financial year ending 31st December 2026. Full details of all ordinary and special resolutions to be considered and voted on at this meeting have been published and can be accessed at calbankegm.com or calbank.net/investor-relations. This notice is dated the 15th of June 2026. It's by order of the board and signed by Veritas Advisors Limited, the company secretary. Thank you, Chairman.
Thank you. Pursuant to Section 158 and 324 of the Companies Act, and a valid requisition received from 5 significant shareholders of the bank, we will be considering 5 separate special and ordinary resolutions submitted by the requisiting shareholders for consideration and approval at this meeting. 4 special resolutions will request this meeting to consider and approve amendments to the constitution of the bank. The 1 ordinary resolution requests the meeting to consider and approve the remuneration of the non-executive directors of the bank for the financial year ending 31st December 2026. To ensure the smooth conduct of today's business, I will move each motion and invite seconders from the floor and online. Seconders are kindly requested to state their names clearly so that the company secretary may record them accurately. Voting will be conducted strictly electronically. Approximately 4 minutes will be allowed for voting on each resolution to enable participating shareholders to cast their vote and to allow for the tallying of votes cast. I will announce the opening and closing of the online voting period for each resolution. We now move to the formal business of this meeting. Shareholders would have had access to the resolutions and accompanying notes as requisitioned by the 5 shareholders and published via the Ghana Stock Exchange, the bank's website, the CalBank EGM platform, publications in the Daily Graphic and the Business and Financial Times, and by email and SMS to shareholders who have updated their records with their brokers. So, agenda item number 1, special resolution, which I will now read as requisitioned. It is hereby resolved as a special resolution that, subject to Bank of Ghana approval, a new clause be inserted between clause 60 and 61 of the Constitution as follows. The bank may hold general meetings physically, in hybrid form, or where lawful, wholly electronically. Shareholders and proxies participating electronically shall enjoy substantial equivalent rights to hear proceedings, speak or submit questions, appoint proxies, and vote in real time. Would a member please second this motion? Do we have any shareholder to second the motion? Can you check the portal whether we've had...
If I'm allowed to speak, I second the motion.
Kindly identify yourself, your name, and then then you can add that you second the motion. Your name and the fact that you are a shareholder.
Chair, through the portal, we have received a confirmation that Samson Ashong, a shareholder, seconds the motion.
I think, can something hold on, since we have somebody who was physically called in, can we take the name and then the next resolution we'll have Samson Ashong second? Hello? Okay. We'll take Samson Ashong's secondment of the motion, and then the next resolution will expect the shareholder online to kindly second it for us. Okay.
Chairman, on resolution 1, the two shareholders, Petra Advantage Pension Scheme and Petra Opportunity Pension Scheme, request that voting on the resolution be conducted by poll vote.
Thank you. This is noted. So we will now take questions on this resolution, which has been submitted through the online platform. That's on resolution 1. Kindly check if there are any questions submitted on resolution 1. Okay, I don't see any question. Neither have I been prompted that there is any request to ask a question online. So I assume that it's quite clear. And we'll put the motion to the meeting. So please start voting on resolution 1.
Casting your vote. We have provided 2 options to enable you partake in the voting exercise in real time. Option 1, voting via the online platform. Locate the vote box on the bottom of your broadcast screen and follow these steps. Enter the unique token number used to join the meeting. Click Cast Your Vote. Once you have done this, you will see a list of resolutions to be voted for. Follow the voting process by clicking the plus sign. Then select your voting option. Option 2, voting via shortcode. Enter the unique token number used to join the meeting. Once you have done this, you can now select your vote option and send. Casting your vote. We have provided 2 options to enable you partake in the voting exercise in real time. Option 1, voting via the online platform. Locate the vote box on the bottom of your broadcast screen and follow these steps. Enter the unique token number used to join the meeting. Click Cast Your Vote. Once you have done this, you will see a list of resolutions to be voted for. Follow the voting process by clicking the plus sign. Then select your voting option. Option 2, voting via shortcode. Enter the unique token number used to join the meeting. Once you have done this, you can now select your vote option and send. Casting your vote. we have provided two options to enable you partake in the voting exercise in real time. Option 1. Voting via the online platform. Locate the vote box on the bottom of your broadcast screen and follow these steps. Enter the unique token number used to join the meeting. Click Cast Your Vote. Once you have done this, you will see a list of resolutions to be voted for. Follow the voting process by clicking the plus sign. Then select your voting.
Voting has now ended on resolution 1. Voting has now ended on resolution 1. And the results displayed on the screen by poll show that 98.11% of shareholders have voted for the resolution, and those against 1.89%. So the resolution 1 is duly carried. Now to special resolution 2, and I'll now read as requisitioned. It is hereby resolved as a special resolution that, subject to Bank of Ghana approval, clause 68B of the Constitution be amended to read, every resolution at a general meeting shall be determined by poll. Polls may be conducted by paper or electronic methods, and the company shall appoint an independent person or registrar to supervise tabulation. Show of hands voting shall be reserved exclusively for procedural matters such as adjournment or approval of the agenda. The chairperson shall not exercise discretion to avoid or substitute poll voting on substantive business, nor to limit the use of electronic ballots where required to ensure shareholder participation. Would a member please second this motion?
Mr. Chairman, there's a second from Richard Ayi.
Okay. Thank you, Richard Ayi, for seconding the motion. We will now take any questions on this resolution submitted through the online platform. Yes.
Hello, Mr. Chairman, my hands are up.
Yes, please go ahead.
Yeah, my name is Senor Husi. I'm a shareholder. I really want to know from the management and board and also other shareholders moving for this particular resolution. What's really occasioned the need for this?
I stated already, this particular this EGM has been requested by shareholders who hold a significant share that's above 5% of the bank's shares. In this case, 5 shareholders who hold a combination of 80% shares in the bank. Whilst it is important to understand the basis on which the requisition shareholders have brought these matters forward, your board also believes that it is important to address the issues transparently. So to recap, Section 299 of the Companies Act 2019, Act 992, provides that members who together hold at least 5% of the company's paid-up capital with voting rights at general meeting may requisition an extraordinary general meeting. This means that the 5 requisitioning shareholders may request that an EGM be convened and that their proposed resolutions, including proposed amendments to the bank's constitution, be placed before shareholders for consideration. We also want to reassure shareholders that a requisition is not the same as approval. As mentioned when I was reading the particular resolution, I said that it is subject to Bank of Ghana approval. Okay.
Well noted, Mr. Chairman. Since I believe the shareholders are also present, at least I can see some of their reps present. It would be great for all other shareholders to hear from the advocates of this, what the reasoning and the intentions around this particular provision is. So we'll all be guided as to how we react to it. I'm in receipt of a copy of some protests from other shareholders, but it's important that the advocacy for it is clarified so we know whether we can carry everybody along or not. We must all remember that the bank is coming from a lot of turmoil and a lot of governance disharmony in recent past, with various interventions to assert minority rights and to correct governance abuses. And all these interventions have somewhat withheld the company's growth in time past. As much as possible, we need to maintain harmony within the bank. We are on a great path for growth. So it's important that every intervention by any colleague shareholder, no matter how superior or minor you may be well explained and advocated. So we carry on the growth of this bank in proper harmony as much as possible. So I would want to know if the shareholders present would want to make a case why this particular provision is required for our mutual growth.
Can I have a comment from any of the majority shareholders who have requisitioned it? But whilst we wait for them to come on, let me finish the position I was trying to put forward. Okay. And basically it's to reassure shareholders that once a resolution is presented, in this particular case by significant shareholders, your board is obliged to put it forward. Just as the law gives qualifying shareholders the right to request that matter be considered, we also believe that it's not an automatic imposition. The resolution must be presented as we are doing now through the proper process and approved in line with the applicable legal requirements. In this particular case, because the proposed changes affect the constitution and governance arrangements of a licensed bank, shareholder approval alone will not be sufficient. The relevant approval or no objection from the Bank of Ghana will also be required before the changes can be implemented or take effect. We believe that these safeguards should give shareholders comfort that the process is subject to appropriate oversight and is intended to protect the bank, promote sound governance, and ensure that the interests of all stakeholders, including minority shareholders, are properly constituted. So putting it forward to you for consideration is part of that transparent process that your board is committed to ensuring that at all points in time we protect both minority and all shareholders, including minority and majority shareholders. So at this point, if...
Awesome. Chair, a few comments have come in, additional comments have come in through the platform. The first one is from Anthony Ofori, a shareholder, who says, I strongly disagree with the amendment of Clause 68B of the Constitution. Kindly explain to us the reasons and motive for the change. Another shareholder, I believe Mr. Ashong, has also sent in a comment. The law provides room for a poll vote. It was practiced at the AGM. Why change it? He goes on further to say the President of Ghana, His Excellency President Mahama, clearly made a need for consensus building in Parliament. He indicated that they were not going to use the supermajority to carry the day easily. I suggest the majority shareholder takes a cue. The majority shareholders take a cue and allow the system of voting to remain and call for a poll when the need arises. Then he adds, the proposers of this need to be guided by the good book. And he quotes 1 Corinthians 10:23, which says, all things are lawful for me, but all things are not expedient. All things are lawful for me, but all things edify not. And this is from Charles Boateng, a shareholder.
Thank you, Jojo. But let me also add that under the law, once the qualifying shareholders have the requisite percentage holding required to requisition this, there is no legal requirement for them to explain the rationale, because they've documented why they believe that this poll vote should be the process for approving this. So I will crave the indulgence of shareholders that we proceed to vote, that the questions and the objections have been duly noted, and I request that we proceed to vote accordingly on the resolution as presented, and then we can pick other matters later on.
Mr. Chair, Petra Advantage Portfolio Fixed Income shareholder wish to request that the vote for Resolution 2 be also conducted by poll.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, Mr. Chairman.
Yes, sir.
My hands are up.
Okay.
Yeah, with your permission, I wish to make one commentary before we proceed. I speak as a retail shareholder, and I really care so much about the bank, just like every one of you. I absolutely recognize the efforts of the shareholders and the board to endeavor to modernize our processes and ensure that our meeting procedures reflect contemporary practices. I do not disagree conceptually with the concept of poll voting. Poll voting is a legitimate and a widely accepted mechanism of voting. And I appreciate the intention possibly behind seeking clarity and consistency in how some of our resolutions are or may be determined. At the same time, I believe that we also need to be cognizant of the concerns of other retail or minority shareholders. I believe the concerns they have raised deserve careful consideration. I'm in receipt of a copy of a petition that they've actually put across. I actually hope we didn't get there. I hoped that this engagement would have been at our level as shareholders. Our bank is a listed bank with a unique ownership structure. A small number of institutional shareholders who also represent a very huge constituency in their own right. And we have a very large number of lot or retail shareholders. We are a very unique entity compared to other banks, and thousands of us, on the retail side. In such a context, changes that affect how shareholder sentiment is expressed at meetings must be handheld with sensitivity and broad consultation. The value of us coming in, participating actively in these shareholder engagements is to the extent that our voices too are also heard. even if they are not counted. Sentiments of shareholders are very relevant in making majority shareholders make constructive decisions that sustain. We should remember that while all these institutional shareholders represent people, they don't go back to them to be guided on what decisions should be taken about the bank. But these individual thousands of shareholders actually are present, connected with the entity, and communicate and advocate appropriately. The challenges that banks have undergone were largely perpetuated by the actions and inactions of institutional shareholders who once were. But it took minority shareholders to advocate right to bring the change that today we are rallying on, and we have new shareholders also building value on. Let's not lose sight of this. There is a need for us to build harmony. What exactly are we losing with the current structure? That's why I thought that was going to be important for the advocates of it to communicate it well, so we sustain harmony in this path of growth. I don't want to see another morning of another form of injunctions that we've been bedeviled with left, right, center. It's of no value for us as a bank. It continues to communicate instability in a time where we need the semblance and communication of public stability as a bank. For these reasons, my humble view is that CalBank will benefit from pausing these proposed amendments, engaging both institutional and retail shareholders, and returning with a consensus-based proposal. A short consultation period will not weaken this bank. It will strengthen it. It will reduce tension. It will build goodwill and ensure that any reform reflects the collective interest of all shareholders. We all want CalBank to succeed. Everyone there knows my advocacy as far as CalBank is concerned. But I also believe in the goodwill and the intent of the existing majority shareholders. But there's a need for us to reach proper consensus and harmony. You have the right. You can bulldoze your way to today. But there's always a tomorrow. There's always a need for consensus and harmony. That harmony helps build stability. It helps drive the transformation we need. Let's be careful what we are doing here. Thank you.
No, thank you very much. And once again, your concerns have been duly noted by your board. And I can assure you that the consensus building and the platform to do that will continue to be provided by this board. One of the things we've tried to do is to ensure that various segments or constituency stakeholders in the bank are continuously engaged to ensure that we carry everybody along. So I take particular note of the need to build consensus, and we'll try and reach out even after this session. I'm informed that one of the requisitioning shareholders wants to make a comment, and I don't know whether he has been duly connected. So if he's connected, you have the floor. Thank you.
Good morning, Mr. Chair. Good morning, directors, and hopefully all protocols have been followed. I seek to just add a little bit of color to the discussion. I appreciate all of the concerns that my good friend Senor Husi has raised. We have also been in the position of minority, and I continue to be in the position of minority even today with this. I think perhaps that the request is being looked at in a certain light that it's not intended to be. We represent thousands and hundreds of thousands of customers who have placed their funds with us, asked us to invest it on their behalf for the purpose of achieving very specific financial returns for them, so that they will also in retirement have coverage, that they will not walk away as retirees without an appropriate pension. And so in seeking the best for this company, I think that we are fully aligned. We are fully aligned there. But from the performance of our own fiduciary responsibility as investors, our customers and those who have given us the responsibility of investing for them expect that the full weight of their investment in any investment that we make is brought to bear for their good. So the best way that is done is by ensuring that when there is a vote on an investment in a public company such as CalBank, when there is a vote, that vote should fully capture all of the weight of investment that they have made. And it is for that purpose that we have made this request. Okay. That said, it will also ease the process of these AGMs and EGMs, because as you have noted, from our very first time attending one of these AGMs, we made it clear that this was the position. And for every vote, we are then requested to essentially to interrupt the meeting and say we want a vote by poll. So this is already something that has been happening since the last AGM. We have been voting by share counts or by poll. And we are just trying to make it such that the meetings are smoother, because for us, we will always ask for this. So what we are trying to do here is not to change anything, not to do anything untoward, not to try and create any disharmony, but we are trying to make sure that we are representing the interest of our nearly 600,000 pensioners and prospective pensioners appropriately. I will also add the last line here, that we are very, very open to working together with every minority to achieve these goals of financial performance for all of us. We are very happy to do that. We wish that our good friend here would have brought this up earlier and created a forum for us to interact and share our thoughts earlier. But we are also saying, in line with the chairman's comments, that this is not the end. We are still open to engaging every last shareholder who wants to talk about CalBank and its process and its progress. So we are not saying this is the end. We are just opening the floor, but for the performance of our own fiduciary responsibility, that is the reason why we have asked that this be brought to vote. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. And I think you didn't introduce yourself, so it might be helpful so that other shareholders will get to know who you are, the name.
Okay, my name is Chris Hammond.
Okay.
I'm the chairperson of the Petra Opportunity and also the Petra Advantage pension schemes, both of whom hold shares in the company.
Okay. Thank you, Chris. And thank you very much for the clarification on that addresses the question that was put by Senor Husi. So, can I crave the indulgence of members to now put this resolution to vote? As indicated, a poll vote was requested, so we'll go straight to it. Thank you very much.
Casting your vote. We have provided two options to enable you partake in the voting exercise in real time. Option 1, voting via the online platform. Locate the vote box on the bottom of your broadcast screen and follow these steps. Enter the unique token number used to join the meeting. Click Cast Your Vote. Once you have done this, you will see a list of resolutions to be voted for. Follow the voting process by clicking the plus sign. Then select your voting option. Option 2, voting via shortcode. Enter the unique token number used to join the meeting. Once you have done this, you can now select your vote option and send. Casting your vote. We have provided two options to enable you partake in the voting exercise in real time. Option 1, voting via the online platform. Locate the vote box on the bottom of your broadcast screen and follow these steps. Enter the unique token number used to join the meeting. Click Cast Your Vote. Once you have done this, you will see a list of resolutions to be voted for. Follow the voting process by clicking the plus sign. Then select your voting option. Option 2. Voting via shortcode. Enter the unique token number used to join the meeting. Once you have done this, you can now select your vote option and send. Casting your vote. We have provided two options to enable you partake in the voting exercise in real time. Option 1. Voting via the online platform. Locate the vote box on the bottom of your broadcast screen and follow these steps. Enter the unique token number used to join the meeting. Click Cast Your Vote. Once you have done this, you will see a list of resolutions to be voted for. Follow the voting process by clicking the plus sign. Then select your voting option. Option 2. Voting via shortcode. Enter the unique token number used to join the meeting.
Voting has now ended on resolution number 2. And we have a total of 206 votes for and 86 against. So for percentages, we have 99.9% those who voted for, and then 0.01% of shareholders voted against the resolution. As per the poll, as per the poll vote requested. So the resolution is duly carried. Thank you. I now read resolution number 3 as requisitioned. It is hereby resolved as a special resolution that clause 72A of the Constitution should be amended, subject to Bank of Ghana approval, to read: each member present in person or by proxy shall have 1 vote for each share held by him. All resolutions shall be determined on a 1 share, 1 vote basis. Show of hands shall not be applied. Would a member please second this motion? Let me check online whether we have.
Mr. Chair, the resolution has been seconded by Faith Okran.
Okay. Thank you very much. We will now take any questions on this resolution. Kindly confirm if we have any questions through the online platform.
Mr. Chairman, there's a question from Felix Ajesu. Could the board please explain how this amendment will affect minority shareholders compared with large institutional investors who hold substantial blocks of shares?
Okay. Thank you very much, Felix Ajesu. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. Let me reassure you that your board recognizes the concern that under a one share, one vote approach, shareholders with larger holdings will naturally have greater voting influence over poll outcomes. That is the practical effect of proportionate ownership and is a normal feature of shareholder voting, especially where voting is conducted by poll. We also understand as a board why minority shareholders may want the assurance that their views will still matter and that their rights will remain protected. So just to reassure you that this process does not diminish, remove, or weaken the rights or the voice of the minority shareholders. Minority shareholders remain fully entitled to attend meetings, ask questions, express their views, vote on resolutions, appoint proxies, and where permitted by law, requisition meetings or purpose matters for consideration. These rights are protected by the Companies Act, by the securities regulations, and the Ghana Stock Exchange regulations, the Bank of Ghana's oversight, and the bank's own governance framework. As chairman of the board, I'm committed to ensuring that minority shareholders are heard, respected, and able to participate meaningfully in shareholder decisions. We will ensure that meeting notices, explanatory circulars, voting procedures, and poll results will be made clear, timely, and transparent so that all shareholders, regardless of the size of their holdings, can make informed decisions and have confidence that their votes and views are properly considered. And as we just heard from Mr. Chris Hammond, the door to conversations, discussions, building consensus is not closed. And we are going to ensure that we put all stakeholders together and convene appropriate forums so that going forward, discussions on key issues, consensus is built before we get to this position. But as he explained, we also recognizing their rights as significant shareholders also to respond to the concerns of their stakeholders. And as a board, given that this EGM has been requisitioned by shareholders, we are obliged to put it before stakeholders for consideration. That is what we have done. I hope this explanation is satisfactory, that will make sure that the right environment, the right opportunities are created for all stakeholders, both minority and majority shareholders, to air their views and to express their concerns regarding how the bank is being run, regarding the governance framework of the bank, and any other significant issue that needs consideration by the bank via this process or via any other convenient method. Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, Charles Aqua, a shareholder, wants a clarification regarding SNIT being one, whether or not SNIT was one of the requisitionists for this EGM.
Yes, Mr. Aqua, I confirm that SNIT was one of the shareholders that requisitioned this EGM.
And then there's another comment. The poll vote is being requested. This is from Charles Boating. The poll vote is being requested largely because of the unique structure of the shareholding in CalBank. Had CalBank had a holding structure where about 51% of the shares were held by a bank, we will not be here. Chairman, this comment is not very clear. So this requisition marks of mistrust of the management and board of the bank. So that's more of a comment. Okay. And then there's another comment that says, please, this is from Berima Osei Apiakubi. Please, does this mean that majority will always have their way on issues affecting the performance of the bank? And then if I may add a final one from Felix Ajesu, it says, as a follow-up question, given that the current constitution already provides 1 vote per share on a poll, what additional shareholder protections does this amendment seek to achieve?
I think the other comments are noted, but the last question, as explained by Mr. Chris Hammond, what they are seeking to do is to ensure that they don't have to request for the poll vote for each meeting as currently required under the Constitution. And they believe that that will facilitate a quicker decisioning process where we go straight to the poll vote. I think he was quite clear in terms of the rationale why they did that, why they have requested for it. So I hope that adequately addresses Mr. Jesus' follow-up question.
And Mr. Chairman, Petra requests that the voting on the third resolution be conducted by poll.
Thank you. Okay. We'll now put resolution number 3 to vote, to poll vote as requested.
Casting your vote. We have provided 2 options to enable you partake in the voting exercise in real time. Option 1, voting via the online platform. Locate the vote box on the bottom of your broadcast screen and follow these steps. Enter the unique token number used to join the meeting. Click Cast Your Vote. Once you have done this, you will see a list of resolutions to be voted for. Follow the voting process by clicking the plus sign. Then select your voting option. Option 2, voting via shortcode. Enter the unique token number used to join the meeting. Once you have done this, you can now select your vote option and send. Casting your vote. We have provided 2 options to enable you partake in the voting exercise in real time. Option 1, voting via the online platform. Locate the vote box on the bottom of your broadcast screen and follow these steps. Enter the unique token number used to join the meeting. Click Cast Your Vote. Once you have done this, you will see a list of resolutions to be voted for. Follow the voting process by clicking the plus sign. Then select your voting option. Option 2, voting via shortcode. Enter the unique token number used to join the meeting. Once you have done this, you can now select your vote option and send. Casting your vote. we have provided two options to enable you partake in the voting exercise in real time. Option 1. Voting via the online platform. Locate the vote box on the bottom of your broadcast screen and follow these steps. Enter the unique token number used to join the meeting. Click Cast Your Vote. Once you have done this, you will see a list of resolutions to be voted for. Follow the voting process by clicking the plus sign. Then select your voting option. Option 2. Voting via shortcode. Enter the unique token number used to join the meeting.
Okay, thank you very much. Voting has ended on resolution number 3. And we have a total of 226 votes in favor and 76 against. For the poll vote, the percentages are 99.9% in favor and those against 0.01%. So the resolution is duly carried. Okay. I'll now read resolution number 4 as requisitioned. It is hereby resolved as a special resolution that, subject to and conditional upon the passing of Resolution 1, the constitution of the company be amended by 1. Renumbering all clauses, subclauses, and paragraphs as necessary to ensure consecutive numerical and alphabetical sequencing. Updating all internal cross-references to reflect the new numbering system, with such amendments to be of clerical nature to ensure the internal consistency of the Constitution without altering the substantive effect of the clauses. Would a member please second this motion?
Yes, Mr. Chairman, Petra Advantage, Portfolio Fixed Income seconds the motion.
Thank you very much. We will now take any questions on this resolution that has been submitted through the online platform.
Chairman, there's a question from George Ayiku, who says, please, now that Clause 72A eliminates the show of hands, how will the board ensure that retail investors trading through brokers face zero barriers or fees when casting their electronic poll votes?
Can you clarify the question? What by zero barriers of fees?
Zero barriers or fees when casting the electronic poll votes.
I think in terms of zero barriers, just as we have done for this meeting, we will ensure that the registrar is appropriately updated, and the percentage shareholder, the actual number of shares and the percentage shareholding of each shareholder is duly captured. So to the extent that you are credited as a shareholder to attend this meeting, once you vote, your votes will be duly captured. What we have to do is to ensure that the electronic process functions seamlessly. I think that over the past 2 AGMs that we've held, we've done that successfully, and we've improved with each meeting that we have. Today it's been, more free-flowing compared to the previous one. So I think that we are learning with each meeting, and we are getting better in terms of getting the necessary requirements properly set up for each meeting. You would observe that at the last meeting, we could not get the vote tallying correct, but today we have addressed that, and partly through the adequate capturing of all shareholders and making sure that all proxies submitted are duly captured. So the voting that is happening are capturing the real time information. We'll ensure that this is consistently implemented to ensure that every shareholder has a voice, both minority and majority shareholders. So I hope that will provide a bit of the transparency that shareholders require to be convinced that their voices are being heard. Thank you.
Chairman, a couple more things. Petra Advantage Portfolio Fixed Income has requested that the vote for Resolution 4 be conducted by poll. And then Felix Ajesu says, will the proposed renumbering have any unintended legal or regulatory implications, particularly regarding references in existing policies, contracts, or regulatory filings?
The request for poll vote is noted, but the renumbering will not have any major effect. It's just to bring clarity, since we are inserting new clauses in the regulation.
Mr. Chairman?
Yes.
My name is Samson Ashon.
Okay, Mr. Ashon, 1 second, I'll just give you the floor.
I want to make a comment.
1 second, I'll give you the floor. I'll just clarifying that the proposed numbering will bring clarity. Since we are inserting new clauses in the Constitution, what we are doing is to make sure that the subsequent clauses that follow reflect accordingly the correct sequence of numbering, so that when we refer to it in other regulatory and other correspondence, there is clarity regarding what was inserted. Because if we don't renumber, we'll have the former clause, let's say 71B now becoming 71D, and when we make reference to it, we need to ensure that we are actually referring to 71D and not 71B, and that's the reason for the sequential, some of the clerical changes that are being proposed. Mr. Sean, you have the floor now.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, I still believe that it is crystal clear that, like Mr. Chris said, that we need to judge all before coming out of this entrenched position of poll voting. It is very material that we need, because I believe this position still is not conclusive from minorities' point of view. So please, let's put that at the back of our mind, that even though this are going through, we still need to judge all, and we are not happy about what is happening. So please, it is still inconclusive from the minority share point of view. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I think I repeat the commitment of the board to continue creating the environment for all stakeholders to meet and build consensus, not just on this issue today, but on subsequent issues that are going to come up as we journey together on this process of rebuilding and re-establishing CalBank as a dominant force on the market here.
Chairman, there's a question from Kwejo J.C. Jan, who says, how will the board guarantee that the votes being held online will not be altered or manipulated?
Yes. As I'd explained already, one of the things that our registrar has helped us to do is to capture all shareholders accordingly. The registrar is present here, so the shareholdings have been scrutinized and will continue to be scrutinized. So when we come out and say Petra Opportunity has X percentage, SNIT has Y percentage, that percentage corresponds to their actual shareholding and is captured in the system, which can then be verified. So at the end of every process, both before and after, that process can be verified by anybody who is interested in checking whether the correct thing is being done. But I'd like to assure you that as a regulated institution, we are subject to the full weight of all the regulations and under which we operate, and we want to ensure that we are compliant at any point in time. That is why the first process is to capture the shareholding, various shareholding amounts and percentage. And the second process is the accreditation, to make sure that everybody who is properly captured on the system, that when you vote with your number or name that has been captured, that percentage is reflected accordingly. That work will continue to be done, that assurance will continue to be provided, and we want to ensure that when we come out and say this is the vote truly reflects the stake of shareholders.
Chair, one more comment, please. From George Aiku, when will the newly renumbered and updated version of the Constitution be filed with the Registrar General and made publicly available for shareholders to download?
Thank you very much, Mr. Ayuku. As stated earlier on and throughout the conversation, once this process is over, the next stage will be to write to the regulatory authorities for their approval. If we get, once we get the approval, we would amend the regulations accordingly and upload them onto the portal. It will also be filed with the Registrar General and other authorities as required by law. So you would have access to it to be able to confirm whether the amendments as proposed is what has been properly or duly reflected in the regulations, the constitution of the bank. So the first level of quality of work will be done by management. The board will act as a second level to check, and then our registrars and other regulators will also ensure that whatever we said we will do is what has been done before one posting on our website, before filing with the regulatory authorities, to ensure that it is publicly available, not just on our website, but also for anybody who conducts a search on the bank. Thank you.
Yeah, Mr. Chairman.
Yes.
My name is Charles Aqua.
Yes, Mr. Aqua.
Yeah, Mr. Chairman, as much as I agree with you that there's still room for us to, judge both the majority and the minority shareholders. One would have expected that before this meeting, that engagement should have taken place so that all of us will be on the same page. Because it looks as if, of all what is going on, the minority shareholders are not happy. We are not happy at all, because we can see clearly between the lines that the majority shareholders, they have an agenda which they don't want we the minority to know. And as much as Mr. Osi said, we should have judged for all of us to be on the same page before this meeting. Mr. Chairman, it's very, very important that the way things are going, the minority shareholders, we are not happy. Because the majority shareholders, we believe they have an agenda. Maybe we are not seeing it today, but it will be seen tomorrow. And it would have been ideal for us to meet Georgia so that we will all be on the same page, so that there will be harmony in this meeting. You can see clearly that there are a lot of dissenting opinions so far as these meetings are concerned, but because they have the numbers, they are bulldozing their way through, which is not good for a bank like CalBank. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Mr. Aqua. Your comments have been duly noted. Okay. I'll now put the motion to this meeting. So please start voting on resolution number 4 now.
Casting your vote. We have provided 2 options to enable you partake in the voting exercise in real time. Option 1, voting via the online platform. Locate the vote box on the bottom of your broadcast screen and follow these steps. Enter the unique token number used to join the meeting. Click Cast Your Vote. Once you have done this, you will see a list of resolutions to be voted for. Follow the voting process by clicking the plus sign. Then select your voting option. Option 2. Voting via shortcode. Enter the unique token number used to join the meeting. Once you've done this, you can now select your vote option and send. Casting your vote. We have provided two options to enable you partake in the voting exercise in real time. Option 1. Voting via the online platform. Locate the vote box on the bottom of your broadcast screen and follow these steps. Enter the unique token number used to join the meeting. Click Cast Your Vote. Once you have done this, you will see a list of resolutions to be voted for. Follow the voting process by clicking the plus sign. Then select your voting option. Option 2. Voting via shortcode. Enter the unique token number used to join the meeting. Once you have done this, you can now select your vote option and send. Casting your vote. We have provided two options to enable you partake in the voting exercise in real time. Option 1. Voting via the online platform. Locate the vote box on the bottom of your broadcast screen and follow these steps. Enter the unique token number used to join the meeting. Click Cast Your Vote. Once you have done this, you will see a list of resolutions to be voted for. Follow the voting process by clicking the plus sign. Then select your voting option. Option 2. Voting via shortcode. Enter the unique token number used to join the meeting. Once you have done this, you can now select your...
Thank you very much. Voting has now ended on resolution number 4. We have 100% vote for this resolution. None against, so thank you very much. The resolution is duly carried. I'll now move to agenda item number 2, which is the ordinary resolution. And I'll read the resolution as requisitioned. It is hereby resolved as an ordinary resolution that pursuant to Section 185 of the Companies Act, Act 992, approval be and is hereby given for the remuneration of the non-executive directors of the bank for the 2026 financial year in accordance with the bank's directors' remuneration policy. That this be set at a maximum of the 60th percentile of non-executive director compensation for banks as determined through a market survey performed by a credible human resource company, provided that such remuneration shall not exceed the maximum limit as particularly detailed in the note to the notice. Would a member please second this motion?
Okay, Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
my name is Jasakwa. I second the motion.
Thank you very much, Mr. Akwa. I was worried that you were going to disagree with the motion. So thank you for seconding the motion.
It's a joke.
Okay, we'll not take any questions on this resolution submitted through the online platform. Yes, I think there's a lot of noise. So if you can mute your mic when you are not talking.
The chairman,
Yes, sir.
my name is Jonathan Kwesi of Mexico. Who was voted against? It doesn't reflect. Can you tell us why?
Mr. Kwefio, Mexico.
The previous one.
Yes, it reflected. Is that the percentage shareholding was not significant enough to sway it from 0.01 in the others. And I guess this particular one also had to do with more or less the sequential numbering. So I think the number of dissenters were a few. So your vote was duly captured in terms of the number of nominal number of votes. It's captured there. But when it comes to the percentages, it's sort of buried under the heavy weight of the votes in favor of.
Mr. Chairman, the Petra Advantage Portfolio Fixed Income requests that the vote for Resolution 5 be conducted by poll.
Thank you.
And then there's a question from Felix Ajesu, who says, given CalBank's recent financial performance and shareholder returns, how does the board justify targeting the 60th percentile of banking industry director compensation rather than a lower percentile?
Thank you very much, Mr. Ajesu. I think the key thing is that your board understands that we need to ensure that compensation is in tandem with the performance of the bank. But we also operate within an industry where skills and talent have to be attracted. If you want to do well, you need to ensure that you attract the right skills and talent for directors to help run the affairs of the bank. So on that basis, whilst recognizing that the bank is not yet completely out of the woods, it's important to state that the bank is on the correct trajectory. You would observe over the past year, the bank has come out of a situation of virtually loss or minimal profit, and we are gradually building momentum thanks to the flawless execution that we've seen from staff and management with the support of the board. But just as a bit of background, you would observe that in 2024, when the bank had its crisis, one of the first measures that the board took in conjunction with Bank of Ghana was to cut directors' remuneration by 50%. And to put this in perspective, in 2023, the bank spent, I think, about 14 million cedis as total compensation, total expense on the board. In 2024, it was around an average of 13 million. You'll observe from today's from the notes accompanying the resolution that the 60th percentile has not just been left open-ended, but it has been capped at roughly 6.34 million cedis. Okay, so it is still virtually around 55% of what it was in 2023 and 2024. It is consistent with the thinking of the board that we have our destinies intertwined. The board cannot ask for top-of-the-range remuneration when the bank is coming out of the woods. we have stated clearly to both management, staff, and we as a board should set the tone. Yes, we need to attract qualified, experienced people to help run the affairs, but we also need to ensure that our destinies are linked and that any upsurge or any increase comes with a corresponding increase in the performance of the bank. And that is why working with the shareholders, it is capped at the 60th percentile, just enough to ensure that directors receive adequate compensation, but also to ensure that directors can come back when the performance of the bank improves. So it's just to provide some perspective. Okay, and specifically also to confirm that, the fees for 2026 will be determined with reference to the survey that has been conducted for banks on the market. Clearly, our profitability is not at the 100th percentile or 75th percentile, so fees can also not get to that level. But the market positioning at the 60th percentile reflects the bank's current size, its complexity, and its share of wallet on the market. Okay.
Afum Majid Issa asks, says he wants to know why shareholders voted down this resolution in the March 2026 AGM, and if the reasons for which it was voted against have been rectified.
Thank you very much. So, Mr. Afum, is that it? Issa. Mr. Afum Issa, thank you very much for your question. Yes, the shareholders wanted some clarity. That clarity has been provided. Part of that clarity was to understand the basis of the survey that was the benchmark survey that was conducted, and also to enable them do some checks on the market. So that clarity has been provided, and that is why today that resolution forms part of the resolutions that the shareholders have tabled as part of this EGM EGM for today. But it is being considered as an ordinary resolution in line with the Companies Act. I hope that answers your question. Thank you. I understand there are no further questions on the platform. I don't want Mr. Akwa or Mr. Afum to say that because it has to do with directors' fees, I'm trying to rush it through. So, Mr. Afum and Mr. Akwa, are you okay with the responses provided?
My name is Jonathan Kwefiu, Mexico. Please go ahead.
Mr. Kwefiu, Mexico, thank you very much. I will now put the motion to the meeting. Please start voting on resolution number 5 now.
Casting your vote. We have provided 2 options to enable you partake in the voting exercise in real time. Option 1, voting via the online platform. Locate the vote box on the bottom of your broadcast screen and follow these steps. Enter the unique token number used to join the meeting. Click Cast Your Vote. Once you have done this, you will see a list of resolutions to be voted for. Follow the voting process by clicking the plus sign. Then select your voting option. Option 2, voting via shortcode. Enter the unique token number used to join the meeting. Once you have done this, you can now select your vote option and send. Casting your vote. we have provided two options to enable you partake in the voting exercise in real time. Option 1. Voting via the online platform. Locate the vote box on the bottom of your broadcast screen and follow these steps. Enter the unique token number used to join the meeting. Click Cast Your Vote. Once you have done this, you will see a list of resolutions to be voted for. Follow the voting process by clicking the plus sign. Then select your voting option. Option 2. Voting via shortcode. Enter the unique token number used to join the meeting. Once you have done this, you can now select your vote option and send. Casting your vote. We have provided two options to enable you partake in the voting exercise in real time. Option 1. Voting via the online platform. Locate the vote box on the bottom of your broadcast screen and follow these steps. Enter the unique token number used to join the meeting. Click Cast Your Vote. Once you have done this, you will see a list of resolutions to be voted for. Follow the voting process by clicking the plus sign. Then select your voting option. Option 2. Voting via shortcode. Enter the unique token number used to join the meeting. Once you have done this, you can now select your vote option and send.
Thank you very much. Voting has ended, and the results show that we have 99.9% of shareholders voting in favor and 0.01% of shareholders voting against. So the resolution is duly carried. We have now concluded the business of the Extraordinary General Meeting. On behalf of the board, I thank you all for joining and for your participation, which has contributed to the successful conduct of this meeting. We appreciate your continued support for CalBank, your bank. May I now call on a member to give us a closing prayer?
Hello.
Yes.
Hello? Are we praying?
Yes. Are you going to give us a closing prayer?
Okay, shall we all bow down head for a short prayer?
Thank you.
Father, we want to thank you for this wonderful meeting. We pray, Father, that you continue to grant us the spirit of wisdom, understanding, spirit of counsel, and innovation that will be able to bring CalBank to the level that we are all looking at. We also pray, Father, that this majority-minority issue be settled amicably, that in future there will be that consensus that will be built that will lead to the growth of CalBank. We pray, Father, that CalBank will be a force to reckon with in the Committee of Financial Institutions in Ghana. Everlasting Father, we'll be living here, but we are not leaving your presence. We pray that your presence will go with us wherever we go. That in the end, we have cause to give you the glory and adoration. Thank you for answered prayer. Amen.
Amen. I now declare the meeting formally closed. Thank you very much, members.
Responsible, effective, decisive. No matter how times may change, these values that we share remain the same. They have kept us strong and financially reliable over the years, and they reflect our unwavering commitment to empowering your journey toward a stronger tomorrow. CalBank, forward together.